Hey guys, me again. As you can see, I'm still trying to kind of figure out my setup a bit, but this is what I managed to make do for now. My roommates are home, so I figured just be respectful. I'd move it into my room, which is not set up at all for this yet, because again, I don't have money for furniture. So if you'd like to help me afford furniture and stuff, please go to our Patreon, patreon.com/regularcomic and donate whatever you feel is necessary. I'd really appreciate any help I can get at this point in the game. So anyway, Daredevil Vlogs, episode 6. I believe this one is called Regrets Only. Just a very brief synopsis, just because I know most of you guys are probably already seen this episode, but this one involves, it's one half sympathizing with Frank Castle and other half a James Bond movie. It's kind of a weird blend, but it kind of works. And it's a little weird. It's a weird mix to have, and I'm not sure how I feel about how it blends yet. It works just enough to keep me interested. Like say oh, this sucks, or it's such a bizarre combination of super going to the hospital. You see Frank Castle. He's all beat up and shit. He's got all these bruises and these cuts and this shit. And how he's saying how Karen is trying to sympathize with him, and how he kind of connects with him, and that's how how she's able to convince him to let Murdoch and Nelson be like his attorney because they want this case for some reason, because of some I don't know, this is a case where Matt, I just let this one go. There's this whole big thing about Matt Murdoch wanting to help Frank Castle because in his own twisted way he wanted to do the right thing. And he doesn't think anyone should deserve to die, even though they're charged for 37 counts of murder. I don't know. I don't really feel all that bad for someone getting sent the death penalty for 37 counts of murder. I'm sorry, I just don't. I mean, god damn it. I forget the actor's name, but the guy who plays Frank Castle, he just knocks it out of the fucking park. And he just looks fantastic as his character. And he sells every fucking moment as Frank Castle. God bless him. He makes this role his own. I really love him for that. Same goes for the one who plays Elektra. Again, I don't know her name. I've been too lazy to look it up, but she's a lot of fun too. You do get to see a little more of it. She plays it up like the party girl, but you can tell there's a more serious side. There is an agenda here, and she is she want to have fun while doing it, but she's still gonna focus on the mission first, yada yada yada, and drags poor Matt into it, is trying to balance that with the Frank Castle case and failing. My god, I blend in with this wall. That's how fucking white I am. Sorry, I'm just where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so but he's completely failing to balance both these lives. Mostly Nelson and Karen to kind of pick up the slack with the Frank Castle case, and from what I've seen in this series so far, that seems to be a majority of the foggy bitching I've heard about this season. It's just been how much Matt Murdoch has been fucking up, and honestly, it's kind of hard to blame him for being pissed off, because if I was doing all this shit, if I was under the fucking microscope with this, trying to defend a man who's committed over 37 murders, I mean that makes you question a few things. That makes you question a few things I would really want my partner to be here for this. I think that'd be useful. So I honestly don't blame him for being pissed off. But that being said, especially when Frank Castle just seemingly loves to throw him under the bus every chance they get. Because, first he takes him on and says, okay, he's going to plead guilty, and then the very last second, he says, oh, I plead not guilty, because fuck you, you district attorney, bitch. I hate you. I'm going to make you suffer. Because this Frank Castle just has this huge fucking rage. And I kind of love that about him. There's one episode I just saw. It's episode later on this season that I watched ahead of time now, and there's one moment there that made me laugh my ass off for a good reason. Not because it was bad writing, just because oh my god. But I'll talk about that when I get there. But anyway, overall, like I said, it's a good episode. I think I like the last one a little more. This one's kind of in the meh range. I mean, there's some beautiful cinematography and some great action, although it does kind of oddly open up feeling like it should be called like Daredevil Tokyo Drift. Because there's like these like Japanese mafia people and they're on calling from motorcycles with pop music, like pop rock music playing in the background. It's kind of weird, but at the same time, the fight scene leads to with Daredevil and Elektra in this darkly lit apartment, beating up all these like Yakuza thugs. That was enjoyable to watch. And it kind of comes like, down to the contrast I was talking about in the last review I did, whereas the contrast between the... I guess it's hard to... Like, the cleaner... More high society violence, I guess, is the best way I can think of to describe it, compared to the low, gritty, urban violence we're used to seeing up to this point. And it's an interesting change of pace. I don't know if I like it yet, but it is interesting. It's keeping me watching, which is good, because the entire second half of this episode is almost entirely about Matt Murdock and Elektra in this fancy party trying to track down a ledger that they think is from the Yakuza, but it turns out it's the Hand. Although they haven't called it the Hand yet, but it's definitely the Hand. Like, there's no question. So it's always like, it's basically like, what if Matt Murdock was, what if James Bond was American and blind? That's basically what this feels like. And it's an enjoyable sequence. Again, it's not the best this show has done, but it's entertaining. It has a couple good action sequences, some, like, really good use of cinematography. And all that. It's fun, it's good, it's not great, but it's like, okay, you know, we had fun, we tried. I really gotta get a desk or something for this room right now. Literally, this room, guys, is just a cabinet I brought from home, the mattress, which the camera is currently standing on, a lamp, and a bunch of boxes. That is my entire room right now. That will improve with time. But anyway. So yeah, good episode. Not a whole lot to say about this one, other than the fact that Elektra and Matt Murdock are a lot of fun to watch together. There's some good action there. I like how Foggy is stepping up. But other than that, this is I don't want to say it's a filler episode, but it feels like it's more flash over substance. Like, I want to get the pretty cinematography out of the way. I take it back. It's not complete. Frank Castle gets some good character development here. He has the best scenes of the episode with him and Karen talking in the hospital. And Karen is like, and Frank Castle wants to talk to her alone because he knows that she's been in his house that he hasn't been in since the accident. No, not since the accident, since the massacre. And he just wants to know little details, like did she see like the cookie crumbs on the piano bench, or did he see if the dishes made it to the sink, or were they washed? No, that stuff, like, all that stuff is very, very good. And it does do a very good job of humanizing this psychopathic serial killer. So, like, honestly, the Punisher is pretty much the best part of this season, and they have done a phenomenal job of making him a unique and interesting character, despite the fact that, really, by all intents and purposes, his background origin story is kind of cliche by today's standards. But they make it work. The actors make it work, and they sell the emotion behind it. So I take it back. Most of the Matt Murdock stuff was more flash over substance, but the Frank Castle stuff was pretty solid. And I know they do some really good stuff in the future episodes. So I really can't think of anything else to say about this one. So we'll just have to wait till the next one. So let's see what else Daredevil has in store for us as I slowly catch up to my massive schedule and stuff. But on the other hand, I will be seeing The Purge tomorrow, so will there be another review team episode in between that? So look out for that, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.